Alright, hey, Hatesmeg here. Welcome to the after action review for Wednesday Night Drags, July 7th, 2021. This is probably going to be the only Wednesday Night Drags I'm going to do or race in July. We got next week off and the week after because like there's a drag racing nationals going on, and then there's one race at the end of the month, but I got a supermoto race at the end of the month, so I don't think we're gonna go. We'll be prepping for that. Okay, so this is gonna be the only one for July. So I'll tell you this, getting there was a lot better than all of June, alright? So progressively, I was just worse and worse and worse. Driving down to the track, Sonoma Raceway, and then the day was not so bad. It was actually pretty good, alright? Well, how was the drive getting there? Not too bad. There wasn't much traffic. There wasn't much traffic until we got to San Francisco, and then there's some traffic in San Francisco, but it wasn't nearly as bad as it was last week, okay? I was able to get through that craziness not too bad. And then, yeah, I didn't run into any major traffic until I got to the last part when you go to Sonoma Raceway, when you gotta make the left turn to there. And then I was waiting there maybe like 20 minutes. I got to the track around 3, so this is the first time in a long time in the whole since like a month ago that I've been able to get there before the races started, okay? So it's nice being able to get there early and get prepared and everything, and you're not rushing, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. The weather was great today. Yeah, the weather was freaking awesome, dude. It was warm in the daytime, you know, and warm, but you know, cool and breezy. And then it was just kind of like that the whole day. Like I was generally, if it's warm and if it's nice and cool or nice weather in the daytime, it gets really cold at night. That wasn't the case tonight. It was kind of the same the whole night. It got a little chilly towards the end, but not that bad. Alright, summer weather, hoo-ah. Right? Anyway, so yeah, that was the conditions that we're racing in, and it was a bit windy. Okay, it was about as windy as it was yet last week. All right, so that's gonna play a lot into what happened tonight. Okay, so so we raced the Soron Lightby again. All right, this is the second time in a row. I made sure and lube the chain a little bit. I should probably check how tight the chain. It's fine. And then we're running the 21700 battery pack, and I fully charged it again, and I increased the power all the way to the max. All right, it's at 463 amps motor amps. All right, is what it's at, and 40% field weakening. So for our first run. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the bike. Oh yeah, actually, I increased the tire pressure. I increased the tire pressure to 38 psi. So if you remember last week, I ran 36 psi. That's a lot higher than I normally run, alright? Normally I run, like, on the street, I run like 28, 25 or something, alright? Somewhere around there. 28 rear, 25 front. And then last week I tried 36. And then this week I said, hey, you know what? The bike seemed a lot faster with the higher tire pressure because it rolls, less rolling resistance. So I said, hey, well, let's bump up the tire pressure a little more to 38. So maybe the next time we go out there, let's just put it at 40. It should be fine, right? I'm going to just, what I'm going to do is I'm going to progressively increase the tire pressure until we start to spin the tires, okay? When you start to spin the tire, you know, oh, we don't have enough traction now. You know, the tire's not giving us enough traction. Then we'll go back down. So So that's what Hades Baker's plan for like next time we go out. I'm going to increase the tire pressure to 40. So I got to remember that. It's because it's going to be a while before the next race, okay? All right, so first race comes along, and it's a tailwind. So I was like, how? Well, you know, when there's a tailwind, you know, everybody's just like, yeah, man, it's that time to set some new records for myself. All right. So just like last week, I broke my record. All right, my fastest pass ever. All right. So it was a little bit of a tailwind. All right. And so first run, we take off. Hades Omega's on the right side. Reaction time. .128, not bad. 1.128 is good enough. All right, whoever I was racing got a better reaction time than me, though. Okay, 60 foot a 2.463, 330 foot a 6.517, 660 foot a 10.201 at 64.27 miles an hour, 1,000 foot 13.640, and we ran a 16.716 at 71.97 miles an hour. Woo! We went fast. All right, so yeah, it's fast like last week. All right, that's my second. No, that's like my third. That's my third 16-second pass. All right, I think it was 16.4, then 16.7, and then now we got I think another 16.7. So yeah, we're getting up there, man. The bike can consistently do 16s with this setup now. Okay. Can we get into the 15s? Not without a really strong tailwind, is all I say. And those don't come very often, I'll tell you that, all right? So yeah, we got lucky we had a tailwind, so we were able to go fast. And I also remember I went shallow, all right? So what I did was I went and staged, and then I go until both of the lights, the top and the bottom lights, light up. Right when they light up, I just stop. Okay, I don't go any farther. Okay, if you go farther, we'll do what's called deep staging, and you go closer to the beams. All right, and what that does is it gets you a better reaction time at the sacrifice of a slower ET or your time. Okay. If you want to go fast, you do what's called shallow staging, and that's when you stay farther back in the staging area, all right? And then you just go farther back when you stage, like I just mentioned, and then you'll be rolling. You'll already be moving by the time you hit that beam, and then you'll get a faster ET. Okay, that's what the theory is, anyways. So Hades Omega was trying his best to get into 15s, but I couldn't even beat my time from last week. So the tailwind was not as strong as it was last week, for sure. Okay. Okay, second run comes around. All right. I'm on the left side this time. I got a .199, so I'm still trying. So now it's gone from a tailwind to like a crosswind. All right. So pretty much no wind. There's no wind anymore. Okay. So remember what I said from last week? You go from whenever you go from whenever you go from a tailwind to like something else, like nothing, no wind, it's half a second. All right. So I ran a .199. Not good. Not as good as last time. All right. It's still okay, I guess. And I got a 60 foot a 2.5 flat, 330 foot a 6.601, 660 foot a 10.385 at 62.6 miles an hour, 1,000 foot 13.905. ET was 17.115 at 68.27 miles an hour. So we're still going a little bit fast, but definitely slower because we're not in the 16s anymore. All right. So we went from 16.7 to 17.1. So that's about four hundredths, or that's 4/10. 4/10. It's getting kind of late. Hades Omega's math is kind of not all there. But yeah, that's like 4/10. Like you might as well call that half a second. All right. So yeah, we went from tailwind to like a crosswind. Okay, so maybe the crosswind might have affected us a little bit. All right, the crosswind might have helped us a little bit actually. All right, because when there's no wind, it's like a half second. So we got some more data on the bike. All right, so if there's a crosswind, maybe you're gonna go a 4/10 slower. Okay. So all right, third run comes along. I'm on the left side again. I get a .054. Woo! Good reaction time. Okay, 60 foot is 2.578. 330 foot a 6.677, 660 foot a 10.451 at 62.75 miles an hour, 1,000 foot at 14.040 miles seconds, and then our ET was 17.308 at 68.48 miles an hour. So yeah, we went even slower. All right, we went from a 17. The last one was a 17.1 to a 17.3, so we went 2/10 slower. Okay. And I think by this time there's starting to become a headwind. All right, there's a headwind now. All right, so yeah, it's that damn wind, dude. I'm telling you, it's the same as last week. Last week there was a tailwind, and then there was no wind, and then it came, and then the headwind came. So now we're in the headwind. But I think, yeah, for the third run I deep staged, so I tried to get a good reaction times. So that actually, you know what? I kind of might have screwed myself up with that one, all right? Because since I changed the way I stage, it changed the times of the run, okay? So it could have been because I deep staged, my ET was lower, okay? So now it's time for Merlin to stop messing around. You know, we got to run like we're supposed to, like we're going to play the game now, okay? So luckily, it's a good night. There's not too many cars and not too many breakdowns and stuff. We get a fourth run, all right? So here's what happens on the fourth run. All right, I'm on the left side again. I got a reaction time of .138. That's okay. I'll take that. 60 foot a 2.594, 330 foot a 6.792, 660 foot a 10.740 at 59.39 miles an hour, and 1,000 foot a 14.548. ET was 18.018 at 63.56 miles an hour. What happened? We got hella slower. So what happened was the wind picked up even more. We had more of a headwind. So I got even slower. We just progressively went slower every time. So, you know, what do you think is going to happen? We're going to get slower on the next one, right? All right, so now I'm kind of like scratching my head. I'm like, well, what do we do, man? Every time we do a run, we just get slower and slower. But I think the wind is kind of like stabilized now. You know, it's just a full-on headwind now, right? So here's what happens. The first round of eliminations comes along. All right, so from the first run to this run was 4:30, and now it's 7:30. So it's like a 3 hours difference. All right, so that's how much the weather changed, how drastically the weather changed. All right. We don't really care much about the temperature. The bike doesn't really care what temperature is unless it's really, really cold, okay? So I don't know what to dial. We ran a 17.3, and then now we got an 18, all right? So I'm like, oh, well, yeah, we ran a 17.3 to 18. We lost like 7/10 of a second, like 3/4 of a second, man. That's a lot. That's huge. What are we gonna do? So I'm thinking like, well, you know what? The wind doesn't look like it's gonna die down anytime. So I would dial something around that last number. I was gonna dial 18. All right. So that's what my thinking was. I'll just run what you ran last time. You're probably because when the next time we went up to go race, all right, for when we went to the first elimination round, it was it pretty much, the wind was pretty much the same as it was the last time we went. So I was like, okay, well, we'll probably run like 18 again, maybe. All right, so I said, well, I'm gonna dial 18. Or you know what? Let's just be a little conservative. Let's dial 17.95, or we'll go 1/100th of a second, 5/100ths of a second back. Okay, so I dial a 17.95. I raced Bill in the Super Hawk. All right, I mean, Bill raced a lot, you know. He's still kind of trying to figure out how to launch that bike. So 17.95, Hades Omega dials in, right? And we're running the Pro Tree. That's what I gotta tell him. And then so I have to check. All right, every time we go race, make sure it says 17.95 on the number board right in front of you, and then make sure it says your number 17.95. All right, but to make sure there's no minus sign. If there's a minus sign, then that's the one. That's sportsman tree. All right. So anyway, everything's all good to go. All right, and we're ready to go. And so we take off. All right, and I got a reaction time of .061. Wow, that's a really good reaction time, man. I haven't broken into 00 numbers yet, man. I'm telling you, I'm getting there. All right, and I got a 60 foot of 2.596, 330 foot of 6.778, 660 foot of 10.691 at 60.12 miles an hour. 1,000 foot was 14.415, and we had an ET of 17.811. All right, at 64.67 miles an hour. So guys, we freaking broke out, man. So I shit you not, man. We're going down there, and like maybe the last 3/4 of the quarter mile, I look back and I'm like, man, where's Bill, dude? Bill's way hell back there. And then yeah. So but I'm still on it. And then by the time I look forward, Bill passes. No, we passed in front of Bill. Like, yeah, we're way in front of Bill. Like, oh shit, I don't know what happened, man. Something happened to somebody. Somebody broke out. And well, it turns out I broke out. I broke out by only like one tenth of a second. So I don't know. That's not too bad. I guess we didn't break out super bad. But Bill did not break out. Okay, Bill dialed in a 12.6, and he ran a 13.083. All right, so he was like he was 4/10 off his dial. That would have been an easy victory had we not broken out. I'm not gonna lie, like 4/10 is kind of like a lot. And he had a reaction time of .462 also, so his reaction time was not very good compared to ours. Yeah, if you hadn't have broken out, Merlin. So here's what I'm gonna tell you now. Here's what I could have done to prevent me from breaking out. So once you break out, you lose, all right? Unless both of you break out, and then the person who broke out less wins, all right? But here's what I could have done is when I looked back and I saw Bill's back there, and he must have been having some kind of problems or something. I think he had like a bad launch or something. And so I see like he's back there, and I don't think he's gonna catch me. So what I could have done is let off or start braking, you know, and that'll keep us from breaking out. As long as you cross the finish line before your opponent, then there's a good chance that you'll win. All right, there's still all the reaction times and stuff you got to factor in, but yeah, if you just barely cross in front of them, you'll win. All right, so that's the way bracket drag racing works. If everything runs perfect, you know, you guys should meet at the end. All right, so. It doesn't matter whose bike is slower or whose bike is faster. That's why you have the dial-in time, all right? It's a handicap, all right? But anyway, we crossed the finish line first, but we broke out. so you were out of the game, all right? Ace Vega is just first round knockout, man. Type of thing, man. I hate it. I hate it when it happens, all right? So yeah, but I don't know what happened. How did the bike go faster? 17.8, dude. That's a big difference, right? We went from 18 to 17.8. I was hoping that we were going to run 18 again, all right? So we're out of the game. And so the next round, they let me do a time run, all right? A time-only run, all right? This is like for practice, all right? They said, like, if you got enough time. I tried to do it last week. They wouldn't let me because we didn't have enough time. But they said, like, yeah, you can do one. I'm like, okay, I'll take that to get my money's worth, right? So after everybody goes and race, I line up and I race, you know, I head down there by myself, all right? So here's what I got. I got a reaction time of .011. My best reaction time of the night, man. Wow, and that wasn't even racing. I'm telling you, man. Well, why is it like whenever I do practices or whatever, I do better, but the actual race, I just choke, you know? Well, that's not true. Actually, the last race that I did pretty damn good on the reaction time. So reaction times are very important, guys, all right? 60 foot was 2.650, 330 foot was 6.895, 660 foot was 10.863 at 59.27 miles an hour, 1,000 foot 14.635 with an ET of 18.070 at 64.13 miles an hour. So there you go. There's the 18 again. All right. So if I had ran that time with the dial that I dialed in last time, we would have been nearly right on the money. We would have been like no. We would have been 1/10 off. 1/10, all right, to Bill's like .4. Yeah, he was almost like a second off his time, man. If you add the reaction time. So yeah, we would have definitely beat Bill with this, but we broke out. So I don't know what happened, man. The bike just went fast all of a sudden. So sometimes this bike is like that. Sometimes it'll just go really fast. So I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, that was a great pass, by the way. It's a good reaction time, and yeah, we got 18 again. So what was the last one that we did that was 18? Is that pretty close? Does that? Yeah, dude, that's almost exactly the same. So we ran at 18.0. Yeah, so it was only 500s off. Like, so yeah, I don't know what happened, man. The bike just suddenly went faster. I'm thinking maybe when the settings are like jacked all the way up, you know, sometimes when you unleash all the limiters on this bike, man, it like whatever it can suck out of the battery and dump into the motor, it'll do it, you know. So I think to get more consistent times, it would be better to run the setting that I ran before, 421 motor amps, all right? But it doesn't matter because we never go past 400 amps also. So we could dial the power back more. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe we should dial it to like I don't know. I checked some of the how much power the motor pulls out, and like I said, it never goes past 400. So I'm thinking we should try that sometime. Try detuning the motor. So if we detune it, then we're not at the mercy of like, hey, you know, like it's trying to just you know, run as fast as it can. If we detune it, I think it'll become more consistent. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I might try that next time. All right. So that's one of the well, I don't know if that's an improve, but it could be an improve. So next time we race, I think I'm gonna detune the bike. All right. I'm gonna set the motor amps to 375, all right, or 380, so somewhere under 400. Normally I would run 421. You know, it's been behaving at 421. I had it at the max today, so now we're gonna try pulling it back more. I'll tell you this, man, at max power at the 463 amps, this bike freaking rocks, man. It's a monster, dude. So one thing I noticed is that yeah, the throttle is a little more sluggish the less motor amps you got. Okay, so it doesn't take off as fast, so that might kill my reaction times and stuff too. But I will try that next time, okay? We'll try actually detuning the motor. I will tune it down to 375 amps, okay? We could also tune the throttle also, because I have the throttle set to 16,000 watts, all right? But it won't go past 13,000 watts, guys. The BAC 4000, that's all it can do, okay? It'll do around 400 amps motor current and 13,000 watts, all right, or 13 kilowatts. Okay? So that's what I think we're gonna do, and I think I'm gonna try to inflate the tires a little more. Okay, so we went 38 this time. Let's go 40. I'm just gonna keep on increasing the tire pressure until we start spinning the tire, and then we'll back off a little bit. I'm thinking like, yeah, it's helping the bike roll down the strip faster. Okay, I can feel it. All right, but it's definitely not very comfortable riding this bike on the street at those high tire pressures, man. It's gonna destroy your spine. the ride quality is just shit. Okay. Okay, yeah, so that's what I think we could do next time. We could try to detune it so we don't have this, you know, maybe it'll run a little better, or it'll run more consistent. That's what we're trying to do now. We know the bike is pretty fast, all right? I'm not going to lie. Can we get this bike into the 15s? That's a tough one, man. If the conditions are right, then we probably could. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. We're just right there at almost 15, but it just not quite there yet. Okay, we're knocking on 15, but not quite. They're not letting us in. So I don't know what to do other than just keep on increasing the tire pressure, I guess. I don't think messing around the sprockets would help at all. Yeah, because I think going smaller is just gonna make the bike slower. Going bigger, going bigger might help, because we got a 48 right now. I'm thinking maybe we can do a 50, and then maybe it'll be better. I'm not sure, but yeah, the bike is like a rocket right now, though, man. I'll tell you that. All I'm saying is, wonder what a BAC 8000 is like, right? The thing was, it must be insane with the BAC 8000. You probably start breaking stuff with that BAC 8000. Okay, so yeah, ended in the first round. So what happened? I think in the semi, I didn't see who raced when I did the practice run, but in the semifinal, it was, I think it was Joe. No, but yeah, Joe and Doug raced, my senpais, I was going to say. Joe redlit, so Doug automatically won. The final race was, it was Tom versus Doug. All right, Tom. Oh yeah. Okay, one of the races was Doug and no, it was Sean. I normally sometimes I race Sean and Tom, and Tom just like destroyed Sean. Man, he was two thousandths of a second from his dial-in time. He ran a one. All I remember, like the last number was 182, and he dialed a 180. Okay, so he was a 2 thousandths .002 off from his dial-in time. That is awesome. That is almost perfect. So, and it was his birthday today. so yeah, happy birthday, Tom. And yeah, he was just killing on that bike, man. He was just killing it. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, so he took Sean out, and so he was in the finals, and he raced against Doug. All right, Doug was still in, and man, what an epic race it was. I think, yeah. So I mentioned it at the end of the race video, but I think so Tom ran the same time again. 180.182. The last number was, I don't remember I don't remember what time he ran, this how many seconds he ran, but all I remember is like he was 182.182 off of a .180. All right, two thousandths .002. Okay, and then Doug, he was off. No, he was off by like. He was pretty close too. Man, I don't remember. I'll put a subtitle below. But it came down to react. So what I told you, man, reaction time is very important. Okay, that'll make or break a race. And well, that's what caused Tom to lose this race, is because his reaction time was not as good as Doug's reaction time. Doug had a reaction time of .020, and then Tom had a reaction time of .040. Okay, so yeah, man, it just kind of, what the hell, dude? Kind of sucks. Kind of sucks for Tom. It would have been nice for him to win the first place trophy on his birthday, but yeah, it was a pretty epic race. It was a very, very close race. It literally came down to the reaction time. So Doug's reaction time was a little bit better, and their dial-in times were so close to the times the ETs they ran, So, but Tom lost because his reaction time was, well, yeah, his reaction time was like double what Doug's was. All right, but man, yeah, I'm telling you, these guys, they are so good, man. Their reaction times are really good, nearly perfect reaction times. Like Hayes Vega's not there yet, man. I'm dot 100 and under. Okay, like I said, I ran a .01011. All right, today. I haven't been able to break into double O's. Okay, so we're getting there. You just got to keep on practicing, Roland. But yeah, it's just like, it's like when that tree goes down, man. When the lights go down the tree, it's just time slows down, and it just feels like it's so long. When I watch the videos, it's like you could have twisted that faster, But it's drag racing is hard, guys. Okay, I will say it. Drag racing is hard. Try it out, man. It is tough. All right, it's a lot of calculations and math and stuff, and yeah, it's not easy. It's a game of strategy and skill. Okay, you need both strategy and skill and luck as well. Luck. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna say. All right, so that's gonna be the last Wednesday night drags until August. So it'll be the next time, a long time before the next drag racing video. I hope whoever you guys that are watching my drag racing videos, you guys are, it's entertaining, and it's educational. All right, so it's drag racing is tough. All right, and it's tough, but it's fun. That's what makes it fun, right? It's tough. So, but yeah, there's every night I go home and it's just like scratching my head, like, man, like I need to get better, you know? It's always like that, you know? You always got to get better. We always strive to become the best, right? Well, so one of these nights I'm going to take home that first place trophy. Hopefully we can get one this year. Okay? All right, so anyway, I think our next race will be Supermoto USA at Streets of Willow, so look forward to that. Hayes Mega is doing more racing on the Light Bee, all right? It's a lot of fun. I've definitely got my money's worth out of this bad boy. All right, Hayes Mega out. Thanks for watching.